Hey, Ray, when did you watch last night's game? And if so, I mean, how did that go for you last night when you started to find out that, holy crap, we had this great win, and then all of a sudden that game may end in a tie?
Me and a few teammates actually watched it together, and we was just blow. Like, once the Raiders were up for a while, it was kind of like, okay, we're going to be straight. And then we were just kind of talking like, what would be the chances, bro, if they tied, bro? I think were we the only team that tied this year? Yeah. And it's like, we the only team that tied, and all it takes is a tie for us to just not go to playoffs. And coincidence, they went in overtime, and they went to the last play of the game, and we were just sitting like we were playing. So it was just, that's what it felt like. We were actually playing the game.
Let's go to Brooke Pryor. Brooke?
Ray, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. Sorry, I'm in the car. What was the locker room celebration like for you guys yesterday? I think we all saw the video of Mike Tomlin dancing and everything, but just how much fun was that compared to, I think Cam Hayward said, the locker room after the Kansas City loss, you could hear a pin drop. Just what was that moment like?
For me, I think it was just more of I wouldn't say relieved, but because we have so much more to accomplish, but more of like, you can actually see what we can do when we play ball and play hard and finish and start early as finishing, putting all the pieces together from special teams to offense and defense. And for me, that's what it was. And just honing in everything that's going on and knowing that there's a game tonight that we got to watch, and just that we can control it. We got our job done. We just had to see what other teams were doing, but we control what we can control.
Joe Rudder.
Yeah, Ray, just to build off that first question, were you guys gathered at somebody's house? And when that field goal went through the uprights, I mean, at that moment, what was that like? When Carlson kicked the game-winning field goal?
I actually, I had rewinded it a few times, so I was a little behind, and my little brother and them called me. They were like, "It's rigged, bro. It's rigged." And they ended up making a field goal. They called me back, and it's like, "Yeah, y'all good." And I was like, "They made it." He was like, "Yeah." So when I watched it personally myself, I already knew they made it, but it definitely was. It was a relief. It was a fun game, definitely exciting game.
Tim Benz.
Ray, do you think that the NFL should do something about that moving forward? Are you all right with how they do overtime, or would you like to see ties kind of taken out of the equation and do it like college so you don't have ties to worry about?
Never complain with what's in front of you, but I mean, for a playoff game, it couldn't be a tie, but definitely, I think it's good where it's at, you know. Because in the day, another quarter, that's another quarter. We already got 17, 18 weeks, so another quarter is almost a whole game overtime. So it feels like, at least.
Will Graves.
Ray, last week, somebody asked him, I think Brooke asked him about whether y'all would be watching the scoreboard. And he said, look, I can talk myself into almost anything in terms of believing that you guys would make the playoffs. How important is that sort of his leadership been maybe in sort of helping you guys navigate a season where you haven't played real well for stretches and yet somehow you're still going?
It just shows the fight that we got in our team and the faith we got in each other. For me, it's believing in the person to my left and my right and going out there fighting for them. And I think that's how our locker room is built, our culture is built, and just a fight mentality and a finish mentality.
Dale Lally.
Yeah, Ray, I was wondering on the fourth down catch that you had yesterday, probably not Ben's most crisp pass. Did that one kind of hang there in the air? Was it like a slow motion moment for you? Was that ball coming to you in that situation?
I think he put it in the right place, and he was just giving me time to make a play on it, and we got the job done. I think it was a great ball overall, and their defense was there. He just put it in a place where only I could get it. So yeah.
Nick Fairbaugh.
Hey, Ray. So you make a few really, really big plays yesterday, and you kind of grown into your role as that slot receiver after Juju got hurt. What was kind of the reception for you when you came off the field in the locker room? You know, you had that, Ben called it maybe a drop, and then you make that big fourth down play. You make that big play down the stretch and essentially save the season. How are you kind of feeling, and what were your teammates kind of saying to you afterwards?
They were just saying great catch, way to keep fighting. Like you said, the little drop I have, I think second down. I mean, like I said, I have a next play mentality. And that's how it's happened because the next play might be the play that changes the game. And that's how I go about every game. And that's what happened. You know, I caught the ball. We ran a play. We run often, you know, and got the job done. And I just had to be there when I needed to be, make a play when it counted.
Noah Strackbean.
Hey, Ray. What's the attitude of the team right now in the locker room? Are you guys still riding the high, or was that a short-lived, you know, back to business type situation?
Back to business. You know, like I said a few questions ago about how the locker room was. It was fun, energized, relieved. We get to the playoffs, but now it's okay. Now you got to be 10 toes and let's go to work. A lot more to be done. Attitude, and so yeah, we get in here. I mean, I think we got usually have Victory Monday. I mean, there's no more Victory Monday after this, so you got to come in and go to work right away. So,
Alan Saunders.
Yeah, I mean, you're a guy that didn't come into the season being a guy that anybody really expected to be like a big part of the game plan. I think after Juju went down, there was some fans, maybe some people in the media that said, "Hey, like, why is Ray getting all this attention?" Is it satisfying for you to go out there and, hey, you know, the season's on the line, my teammates trust me, the coaches trust me, Ben trusts me, and then to be able to come through with a big play like that and kind of maybe show some people that you do belong in that role?
And it's always going to be naysayers. You know, all I needed was my team to trust me. And Ben, Coach Tomlin, Coach Canada, my receiver core, we all push each other, and I appreciate them trusting in me. So
we got time for a couple follow-ups. We'll go back to Brooke Pryor.
Yeah, Ray, how big a role has Mike Tomlin played in having you guys believe in each other and get to this point? Just what has his messaging done for you guys to get here to the playoffs?
Everything, you know, just like I said, building a different culture. Excuse me. And one thing I salute to Coach Tomlin, whether we were winning or losing, we were up or down, it was always the same attitude. And that's hard to find. You never change your ways. You just know you just gotta win. You gotta find a way to win. And for him, every meeting is always, you know, they're all different, but they all go back to the culture he's trying to build. You know, having that fight, having that finish. And that's just something that we stand on every game. You know, when we're the Vikings game down 23 at halftime, Chargers game down early, and just having that finish, having that fight, and I think that's in the long run, is gonna help us in the long run.
Jim Colony.
Well, Ray, another game that you guys were down early wasn't that long ago at Kansas City. What do you remember from that game? And obviously, what do you guys need to do a lot better here coming up next Sunday?
Start fast on all facets of the game, special teams, defense, offense, to start fast and let's play together, you know, and be a spark. Anybody could be a spark at any time, so you just got to stay locked in the game.
And then last one, Joe Rudder.
Yeah, Ray, you talked about no more Victory Mondays. So what is today's Monday like compared to another Monday? What all are you guys doing today?
Well, usually Victory Monday, you don't come in at all. So you come and get treatment and stuff. But today we, as a team, I guess we decided to come in and let's have a team meeting. Let's start the process. Start preparing early, you know. So just want to go home now. So you got to take it more serious.